Stay tuned. Buckle up. We're just setting everything ready right now. I got the new hat right now. All right, we about to pull up right now. Let me get out of the car. Boom. I just got out of the car right now. Yeah. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast, ArielENT.com. We are lit right now. We got a fire episode today. I'm talking about fire episode. Breaking records episode. Guys, tune in. Buckle up. Buckle the truck up on 3, 2, 1. Boom. Woo! Welcome, best friends. Welcome, listeners all around the world tuning in, watching right now. Shout out to all the millions and millions of best friends tuning in right now. Guys, we have an amazing guest today. He's breaking records, baby. Oh my gosh. We about to bring him here real quick, but I just want to give a quick shout out. Quick shout out to all the people listening right now and supporting this podcast, Ariel's Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Ariel, Latino Heat, Rico Suave. Let's bring it right now. Guys, we have a radio host. We have a public figure. He is the one, the only, Gary Archer. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, Ariel, what's up, man? Thanks for having me, brother.
Dude, I'm so pumped for this episode. You have no idea. Tell us.
Me too. I really dig the intro song. You know what I mean? The intro song has some dope energy. Made me feel like it's from the Bay Area, man. Where you from?
Colorado.
Jeez Louise, man. I felt like you was from home. You was giving it some juice right there. It was sliding, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, I'll let you know who the homeboy that did that song for me. He's a listener, and he just was a fan of the show, and he did the intro song for me out of nowhere.
Amazing.
Yeah,
so
man.
Dope.
That's what happens when you inspire people all around the world. They pull out out of nowhere like that.
Straight up. That's for real. That's for real, brother.
Yo, Gary, what city you in?
I'm in Oakland, California, Bay Area. Oakland to be exact. That's dope. Right across the Bay Bridge from San Francisco. Right in the heart of the Bay Area.
Oh, amazing, man. When I come out there, I'm going to hit you up because I've never been out there before.
Oh, man. Oakland's still one of the places that has a great vibration to it. There's a real still culture piece to it. So, yeah, I would love to hang out with you in Oakland, bro, next time you're out here.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm writing that now, and I'm putting it on. I'm planting the seed. You know how it is. Guys, before we get into our amazing guests, our incredible guests, you know what I got to do? I got to do the quick promo because that's what supports the podcast. So here we go. Guys, an amazing way, best friends, an amazing way to support the podcast is by going to my website, ArielENT.com. Boom. Guys, you're there. You can book me for my music. You can book me for my photography. You can book me for my podcast. And then once you fall in love with me, you fall in love with the music, all the above, you hit the shop so you can buy some merch. So when you walk around, everybody sees the merch and they're like, what? What is that? You holler at your boy, ArielENT.com, ArielENT.com. All right. Another great way to support the business, a great way to support your boy is by going to the YouTube channel. Guys, there it is. Boom. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast or ArielENT.com. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast or ArielENT.com. I just uploaded a new episode, as you can tell. I need to put the credentials. I just did that an hour ago. That's how hard I'm working. All right. So there we go. We just dropped all these episodes. We hit 325 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. The comments, the DMs, everything. Thank you. Boom. All right. The DMs, guys, the voicemails and the emails and the comments, which means the world. So thank you so much. And then, guys, the love donation links are down below. Woo. All right. I got the prayer here. This is the prayer of the day. It's March 31st. You know, it's a beautiful day here in Colorado. So here we go. I just want to say thank you, God, our guardian dear, to whom God love commits us here ever this day and night. Be at our side to light and guard, to rule and guide. Thank you, God, for having Gary on the show. Thank you, God, for all the millions and millions of listeners tuning in right now. Thank you, God, for our perfect health, shelter, and food, and our families, God, and all the above that you give us. Thank you, God. Praise God. Amen. Boom. That's what I got. Gary.
Nice.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm going to bring you back in the show. Tell us who you are and where we can follow you.
Yeah, my name is Gary Archer from Oakland, California. You can follow me, kind of like the word. So ever since I was little, they used to call me the legend. Instead of legendary, it's legend Gary. So Twitter's legend Gary,
Oh,
Instagram's legend Gary Archer, and everything else is just legend Gary Archer. But you could just search Gary Archer, and I'm pretty much one of the top Gary Archers on the planet. What you know about that, Ariel? That's how we
I
do
do
it.
know about that. Guys can go Google that, Yahoo that. There's gonna be Gary Archer, legend Gary Archer, legend Gary Archer on the
No
Instagram.
doubt.
Make sure you like, comment, share, save, follow, like, comment, share, save, and follow. This is, I repeat, this is a follow podcast. Boom, guys. So thank you guys so much. Show some love to our boy Gary here. And once you're there, make sure you hit the. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything like that?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't because no, I don't have one.
Cool. Tell us about the link in your page.
So the link on my page is it's a Gager link. So I'm a co-founder of a tech company called Gager, which we invented a new feedback system for music, but then it expands to everything. I currently didn't like the 5-star system or the like button. I thought there was a better way, especially because I come from the music space and I like to promote and market music. So I want to make it easy for someone to give me feedback. So we invented a slide bar gauge with 4 different topics to rate stuff.
Okay.
So what this is right here is in case your company, your podcast, you're an artist, and you want your own custom gauge page, we'll create one for you that'll live on the internet with a QR code or a link where now you could hyper, customize it any way you want, almost like a EPK on steroids where you could collect feedback using my patented tool.
Yep. And when he says EPK, he's standing for an electronic press kit.
Exactly. Or if you're let's say I'm a sandwich shop, it's, to rate your sandwiches and your service. Use the same, change the 4 categories to what suits your business and go from there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on. We currently have a deal with Honda. We have a deal with Subaru, with Mercedes, with Cadillac. They're all using our gauge right now. Also, there's this new vehicle study called NVES. Every time you buy a new car, they'll send you an email trying to collect a survey. They're licensing our gauge technology for that. We have a few radio stations using the gauge to help the station pick records. The gauge is taking off. We also have an app for artists if they want to upload their music or videos and use our audience to go ahead and gauge anything they want. So yeah, that's what that link is. For sure.
Got it. Thank you for explaining that to us because I saw the link there. So I just wanted to know what that was. Yeah. Guys, go blow him up on the Instagram, legend Gary Archer. And there you can see him has some videos, some reels of him in the studio, some interviews there. And then he has some motivational, and then he's got some crazy lights in the studio. So we're about to go straight into the questions. My favorite part to get known. Let's get more known our artists, our guests on the show. So here we go. Guys, 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. Here we go. First question of the day, Gary. First question of the day comes from, let's see here, Joel Orr from, let's see here, from Louisiana, dude. All right, he wants to know, what is it that you like about being a radio host, aka, let's see here, All In Radio?
My favorite thing about being a radio host is being able to leverage my reputation and my audience and influence my crowd to stuff that I like or I believe in to help. Usually when I play records, it helps get people's dreams to come true. I don't play any big records on my station. I like to be the first on earth. That's why I like to say I don't fix records. I break records. I like to be first on earth. Before I was a radio host, I really am a radio host on the side. Because really what I do, I'm an artist manager and a record label owner. I'm from the Bay Area, and I don't know if anyone's heard of someone named Mac Dre that's listening. Well, I manage Mac Dre. I manage Mr. Fab. I signed Mr. Fab since he was 18 years old. We've been business partners. I co-own Donut on Broadway. We have a nightclub across the street called Desi's. And yeah, I do a whole bunch of stuff, and I work records. I'm a public PR guy. I do guerrilla marketing, and I help consult. So through that process, I ask a lot of DJs to play records and try to get feedback. And I see a lot of people taking their position for granted and really don't open it up to people that I think deserve it. It's easier for a big DJ just to go along with and play what everyone else is playing, right? But I always thought they'll never remember you for the records that you don't play. And if you sound like everyone else, how are you? And so I always said, you know what? If I ever get a show, I would love to be the first on earth, because that's what DJing in the beginning of time, when people started actually touching records and going out there and DJing, they were trying to do the same similar thing. They were trying to bring a new sound to a new audience, and people prided themselves on being the first one to show people. Like, I love music, so I pride myself on that. So when I'm showing DJs and they're telling me who else likes it, and I'm like, well, who cares? Like, do you like it? Can you play what you want on your platform? But I understand on bigger commercial entities, things like following and advocacy and, fan base matters a little more, because they're selling commercials. But DJs that DJ clubs or have a mix show or things of this nature, I always wanted them to put their fingerprint and actually go out on a limb, pick records early. And I know that no one remembers the records you picked if they don't blow up. But if you pick some records early and they do blow up, that shit goes a long way.
Wow.
And I like to be part of the DNA, right? Like, the journey is way better than the accomplishment. So to be a part of that whole journey, and for instance, I'm on my show, and let's say this Monday, let's say I play 7 records that no one else has played on the internet with any type of broadcast, I'm able to prove that. And it's not just that I want to prove it, but I like to show consistency, because I just don't play everything. I listen, things that excite me, or there's something that I see within the artist or their movement, the way they're working, and then I'll get behind it. Like, I'm a modern day astronomer. I see stars in the daytime. So I wanted to be that guy. So now if you're from Louisiana and I play your record, and the DJs in Louisiana ain't playing your record because that's what local DJs do, they're like, bro, you're the local kid. You get to tell your DJ, Gary Archer out in Oakland's playing my record.
Right.
And even if he doesn't know who I am, he could Google me or Instagram me, and your record will instantly have some sort of some like I want to say satisfaction. It's instantly gonna level up to him, like, oh shit, maybe I should look at it. Because that's blowing up as an artist is not about me playing the record. It's not about you playing the record, Ariel. It's about everyone playing the record. So you need to spread the information as it's going. No hit record spread itself. Like a big commercial success record that's on radio or mixed shows or in the club, them DJs didn't find that record by themselves. There's people out there giving them the record or giving them information, or right. If it's not you as the artist or the label, find out who these people are in your area that knows these other people, and start having conversations before your life dependent on someone playing your record. Like create a relationship with someone, right? Like on some real live shit. Like you said, you're in Colorado, right? And first thing you say is, man, when I come out to Oakland, we're gonna hang out.
Yep.
And how easy is it for me to say yes, as long as you don't say I'm coming to Oakland today, right? You're like, next time I'm coming to Oakland, like, I'd be a dick to say no. Nah, bro, fuck that. Next time you come out here, don't even think about what. So that same method of madness, you got to take your dream that same way and figure out, okay, who can I show it today? Who can I talk to today? Who can I ask for some advice? The bigger the person that gives me advice, and if I follow it, the more that person's going to feel compelled to give you some more advice if you follow their advice. And then pretty soon I'm vested in your project. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Because I gave you some and you're like, okay, I did that, G, now what? Okay, I did that, now what? And I start to get excited because I deal with people successful all the time and they don't want to do the work. They don't want to grind it out. They don't want to be invisible before they become visible. They just want to show up and be somebody. And that's just impossible. That's impossible unless you got millions and millions of dollars to go in front of you. And you could use your budget if you get signed to a label to become popular. But why not become popular and then get the budget and use that for something else? Like, don't waste your money becoming popular. That's the freest thing you could do right now. So back to why I'm a radio host, because I like to be the thing or the person that someone could point at and depend on. My reputation is stellar, and they know I don't fuck with that sucker shit. Period. So that's why I fuck with it. I don't fix records, I break them. Period.
You don't fix them, you break them. Period. Man, that's what I'm
talking.
Dude, man, I got that. You love being a radio host because you like to be that person that people can depend on. You're dropping that new fire so that when it comes out, you were part of that. You're a part of that sharing to the world. And that's a great feeling. I get that. And then this was my favorite quote. My favorite quote is going to be this throughout the whole interview. I already know it. You see stars in the daytime. Dude, I love that. Thank
you, bro. Thank you. I'm just saying, I know this interview is going to be about being a radio host. And like I said, that's what I do on the side. And it's very cool. It's very cool. But I got the opportunity because I know a lot of DJs. I got the opportunity because I know a lot of radio stations, right? Mm. It's not like someone got on Google or Instagram and said, hey, come host this show, right? So like anyone out there trying to do a show, whether it's a podcast or anything, you just got to start your show. Start your show, at least figure out the dynamics of your show, of what you want your show to be about. And now either start recording it or start pitching it. Yeah. And maybe you can't get a network to pick you up, but guess what? Every radio station needs interns. So why don't you get your happy ass on the email or the phone and say, hey man, can I come down and help the station as an intern? I'm trying to figure this space out. And as you become a hard worker and people see you as like, oh, I love your energy, and you're having conversations with them. Now your suggestion of taking a show is like a no-brainer. Like, what? Like the moment I said I wanted a show, the station was like, for real? You're going to swear to God. And it's because we create our value. Too many people discuss their value, and that devalues it. That devalues your dream trying to explain how the value works. No. The problem is people get frustrated in the middle of discussing their dream. And the reason is because amazing sounds like a foreign language. So most normal people don't understand what amazing sounds like. It really sounds like out of this world stupid. Like, that's impossible, what you're trying to do. So you got to understand that going into it. It's not like you're telling them I'm trying to get a job at Safeway. Don't believe that. Oh, great. Good job. Oh, well, man, let me know how that goes. They're all excited. But someone that has a real job that could barely pay their bills, it's hard for them to get excited about you as an artist, telling them it's hard being an artist, trying to do music, because their life is set up in a way where I wish I could just worry about doing music. I wish I could worry about Gary playing my record. I wish that was my worries, right? So it's hard as an artist trying to reach for your dream and these small things within grasp that you feel like you can see them, you can almost touch them, and you just run against the wall, and it kind of bogs people down, and they kind of give up on what they really want for what they want right now. And I just don't want no one to treat their dream like that. Don't drop your dreams off at the babysitter, man. Don't do none of that shit. Like, live and die for your dreams. I approach things different ways, man. People like to tell people, man, hold your dreams in, man, till you got them figured out. Don't tell people your plans. Those are people that are insecure with their plans. I'm telling you my plan, Ariel. Like, if I told you I'm walking to New York, I'm trying to get to New York and I'm walking, you'll be like, Gary, you crazy? You walking to New York? And I'll be like, yep. And then I call you tomorrow. You're like, Gary, where you at? I said, man, I'm just now leaving California, man. I'm almost to Arizona. You're like, damn, G, you're really walking? I'm like, yep. Pretty, you're going to say, you know what? I got a friend in Arizona. Maybe he could drive you to the next day.
I was going to say, when you come to Colorado, I'll pick you up.
And I'm saying that to say this. Strangers will change the world for you. When I was little, my dad taught me a valuable lesson. I lived in San Francisco growing up. which is a city with a lot of hills, like not flat. And our car broke down on a hill, and it was raining outside. And my dad said, "Come on, let's get out the car and push the car." I said, "It's impossible." I might be 5, 6 years old. I'm like, "It's impossible up the hill, me and you, we can't do it." He said, "No, son. If we sit in the car with our hazard lights on, people are going to pull up behind us honking their horn like we ruining their life. If me and you get out this car and start pushing it, strangers will pull over and help us." And that's what happened.
Yeah.
The world loves someone that's fearless, approaching the storm with grace. And too many people want to involve people in their own fears, in their own disappointments, instead of letting someone else tell you, "You're supposed to be way bigger than this." I could just tell it's almost like when I'm talking to you, Ariel, when I was watching you, like, there's no way you're not going to blow up, dog. Like, it's impossible. So that's why I'm very happy to be here today, because no matter where we're at, and you said 365 subscribers, come on, bro. I'm so happy to be there. So understand this is what I do every day. So I understand the difference between someone that just does it and someone that really cares. And then when you care about it, it comes off that way. And people with real lives, they want to invest in something that someone cares in, not something that you think you're going to get good at and make some money at. Like, no one give a fuck about your lemonade stand because you're trying to make money. They care about your lemonade stand because you're trying to bring all the kids in the neighborhood and teach them accounting and business we're in that. But you grown ass man tell me, "Oh, I'm just going to go sell waters because I'm going to make hella money." Bro, get out of here with that. Unless you have to do it. I'm with that. But I don't want to hear about your pyramid scheme. None of that. But I do want to hear about your dream and what are you doing to try to do it?
Wow. Bro, you're just dropping quotes left and right. Live and die for your dreams. Strangers will change the world for you. The world loves fearless people. And wow, that's great. And I'm glad you like your dad showed you, let's get out and people will see us and strangers will help us rather than sitting in the car. And yep. Wow. Great lesson from your dad.
And I equate it to this music business and just like podcasts. I'm sure like you have a podcast and you're like, okay, there's a lot of people with podcasts. Me being good is not what's going to separate me and get me fans. I better be good once I get fans. But what is my fan plan? I tell business people all the time, like everyone can have a good business plan. There's all kinds of great margins, all kinds of great profit margins. But how are we going to sell one? Right? So like how are we turning this 365 into 465 to 565 to 5,000? Like what kind of outlandish plan do we have? Like, are we going after 3 people a day, which in turn turns into 1,000 people a month? Like do we like things of this nature starts to create even urgency within yourself? Not when it comes to time, but I like to think of it like when I was little and I started saving money. I was always poor. Our family was always poor. We didn't have no money growing up. It was hard. So I'd be saving money. And I remember when I have quarters and I remember when I had my first $1 and then I got $5 and when I had $10. And it's almost like each time I got to the next sequence, I pretended I had no money again.
I know.
So when I got $100, and it's the same thing with these. It's the same thing with this entertainment fan plan game. Like, okay, I got to go after it where I tell myself I need to talk to 30 to 50 people a day, whether it's online, offline. I need to convert at least 3 to 5 of them, 10 of them. And if not, forgive myself, but at least tell myself I tried. And what do I think? What do I think I could have did different? Or is it just a bad day? Right? A lot of people try to accomplish their dream in one day. And that creates a lot of frustration. Right? A whole lot of frustration. Back to what I told you. If I told you I'm walking to New York, if I told you I'm walking to New York and I tell you I'm gonna start walking right now, and I walk as far as I can until I pass out, and then I wake up the next day and look around, I'm gonna be able to tell I didn't walk hardly anywhere to be this fucked up and tired. So I give up on this dream because I exhausted myself in the hardest part of the dream, which is the beginning. The beginning of the dream is the hardest part. That's the part where you have to pace yourself. That's the part where you got to put yourself on a schedule and say, okay, I'm going to do it at this pace. And then when you do it like, so if I tell myself I'm going to walk to New York, but I'm going to do it 1 hour, 2 times a day. I'm going to wake up in the morning, walk an hour, eat my food, hang out, talk to the people in the town for the rest, and then 7 to 8 o'clock, walk another hour and sleep the next town. I would be in New York before I wouldn't even know what city I'm in. I'm just moving. And then I would see the progress because I'm stopping along the way, enjoying the journey.
Yep.
You show me someone that likes to walk, and they will go a lot further than someone that likes money. And
Yes.
that's
Yep.
and people equate their dream to the finish line. So back to what I said, the real magic's in the journey. To enjoy the journey and understand the miracles are in the moments. And moments are memories. And if they're not, they're wasted moments. And that's how I live it, man. I live and die by bendito sea Dios, lo que Dios mande, like whatever God brings, like you accept it.
Yep.
On the chin, on the fucking chin. Like, what? You ain't the first one to get smacked in the face. So why you run around crying about it? You like I don't understand the approach. People like, oh, it's hard, gee. Like when people send me records and they're like, gee, it's hard for me, man. I just wish someone would listen to my record. Can you please listen to my record? I said, bro, I'm not gonna listen to your records. You begged me to. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, if you want to be a beggar, go do that. This is not that industry. This is not the industry. Big people, influential people are not going to feel sorry about you not hustling for your own dream. We're not. I'm not, Ariel. Are you?
Not that I know of. No, but yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it when you said that people are going to care. Someone's going to go further rather somebody that cares than somebody that cares about money. Somebody's, that's what you said. And that's so true. So, and then a little while ago, you spoke about, you got to love what you're doing, love the journey. And then and then the journey comes with the moments. And then the moments you said are our memories. So yeah, man, you're just everything you said in the beginning, you're still like everything's coming in circle in this conversation, dude.
I mean, it's just the way I've been taught to live. Like as people can see, I'm a white guy from Oakland, California. So I'm a minority in a minority society. Like my upbringing, there was very few white people in my neighborhood. So I'm a minority in a minority society, facing the backlash of how the minority society feels about white people. So I got to grow up with all that stigma of how white people treat people, like in general, which is fucked up, right? Like white America, shall I say, not white people, but white America, like the system, right? So coming from that, helped me understand that we're a lot more alike than we like to believe, right? So I realized my disadvantage really became my advantage. What I mean by that is people always remembered meeting me. That is the key to this anything. It's not who you meet. It's not who you know, like they told you your whole life. I'm sure you've heard that. Oh, it's not what you do, it's who you know, right?
Yeah.
They lied to you, Ariel. You know what it is? It's not who you know. It's who knows you.
So it's who knows you.
It has nothing to do with who you know, because it don't matter who you know. It matters who knows you. So that's why you go out and you meet these people and you become memorable. And I always learn that I set up the moment that a handshake to me could turn into a lifetime memory to someone else.
Yep.
Because I am somebody, and if I don't talk about who I am, and I just create this incredible feeling, and I walk away and they find out who I am, I just now created a lifetime memory where they're like, oh my God, that guy Gary Archer, you know what he does? But he treated me like I was somebody. I can't believe that. And that's what I do. I go out in this world and show love to people that I know don't have it. I like to be the voice for the people without the voice. I like to be the power of the invisible and make them feel invincible. Nice. That's what I want to be.
Yes.
And that's what I do every day, dog. I look for amazing. I look for struggle. I look for people that need love, and I like to be a part of it, man.
Oh, that's why
I like to be part of the story.
Dude, that's why everybody wants to fox with you, man. That's why everybody wants to be around you, bro, because you're always elevating and encouraging others, bro.
I mean, that's what started opening up for me in the music business. At first, I was just trying to push my music. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to open up my area, the Bay Area, to other areas, and realize that people in Chicago and Denver and Austin and Houston and Miami, they thought the Bay Area was a pretty big deal. And they would love to collab with someone from the Bay Area. So I used it to my advantage. Back then it was real physical when I started. So I was able to do split flyers with people and where you pay for half, I pay for half. We each get a deck of flyers and we pass them out in our own city. And there's not enough of that going on. Even podcasts, like I would be connecting with other podcast people in different cities since podcast is online, and maybe 8 people, and we all go in and spend $25, $50, and we all have 4,000 flyers a piece with all 8 podcasts with QR codes on that bitch, and all 8 of us are passing them out and setting them down places. Like, let's just be like, hold on, bro. Like, I don't need to be the only guy at the dance, bro. That's no fun. That's no fun. I want the girl to pick me because she wanted me, bro. Not out of default. So my hype is you bring the party with you. They associate the party with you.
Got it.
And now you become the connector, which is the most valuable person in any business transaction. The connector, not the connection, not the clientele. The connector is what brings them together. So if you could look around and see what can I connect, that's going to open up opportunities for other things you're trying to do. It doesn't even have to connect, don't even have to be on what you're trying to do. Like I tell people all the time, just like you said, let's say I meet someone and I think that they could do something dope for me. I do just what you said. I hit them on Instagram like, dog, next time you're in Oakland, bro, pull up. You need anything. You need a ride from the airport. You need a gun. You need someone's baby mama kidnapped. Just hit me. And they might not ever hit me, and some have, and I pull up on them. But that alone creates such an amazing thing when I actually will go to Atlanta or go to Houston or go to New York, and they'll remember that. And they'll say, hey, Gary, bro, I can't believe it. And it's anytime you could turn a situation opportunity and bring some humanity into it, it starts to move into your favor, right? There's too many people trying to present facts and situations, and that ain't how deals are made. Deals are made off feelings. Like, you got to make someone feel good, dog, and then the numbers don't even got to look right. Figure it out. All mamas.
Wow, dude. Bring some humanity in the connections. Be the connector. And as well, guys, if you're a podcaster like I am, which I took down his note here about reaching out to other podcasters in different cities around the world or even this nation, and reach out and try to make a poster, put a bunch of cute QR codes on it and print them out and then hand them out. Bro, that's funny you say that, because I literally just met with the art graphic guy on Instagram. He just did my poster maybe 3 days ago. Done, dude. I only paid $25 for it. And yeah, he just quickly made me a poster, but I never had the bigger picture like you, where you said, yo, add other people into the poster and yada, 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 which I'm going to do.
Try to get people with the same theme, right? And then you guys all start to become almost like a collective, right? Just add and take away.
Yep.
And just say, and then on the flyer, you could say, are you a podcast? Are you missing out? Are you missing out? Man, hit us if you want to be on the next one. Like, come on, bro. The gold rush, okay, there was a few people that made money off gold, but the richest people were the ones selling shovels.
Got it. Still to this day, they're selling shovels.
Still to this day. And I'm telling you, by coming up with the plan, helped me do a lot of stuff for free, right? That's all by getting other people's money because they're lazy and can't plan. Not that you're cheating them, but what you're doing is worth that value alone, if not more. Like, for instance, South by Southwest just happened, right? I was at South by Southwest and I was giving out USB sticks to DJs. I'm part of a core DJ. There was a core DJ retreat and a bunch of stuff going on there, right? I was charging artists $300 to get on my USB stick I was passing out. Why? Why did artists want to do it? Because they're not going to go to Austin, Texas.
Nope.
Two, they don't know the people I know.
Exactly.
So it won't get in those people's hands. And three, their song gets to be next to other songs that are in the same group of shit. So you automatically carry the same level. So this is what I'm saying. I pay for my whole South by Southwest trip. Okay? Off 30 songs on a USB, $9,000 I made. So I went out there, passed them out, had money to buy drinks for DJs, had money to do hella shit. And this is what artists could do, whether it's your money or other people's money. Like, this is a business of lazy people. Everyone isn't made to blow up. But if you're made to blow up, you got to find a way to get in these other cities, dog. You got to find a way, something bigger than our own network. Big ads could get us. Because a Google ad is a Google ad. I'm not mad at it, but that's just what it is. Nothing's bigger than after this right here. And I start telling people about Ariel's podcast. Like, bro, you ain't checked out my dude, Ariel. Like, those type of conversations move the needle.
Wow. Yeah. It's the collaborations, man.
Period. That's it. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Well, whether you're collabing with me or collabing with your listeners, right? Or your fans, it's like, just like you said, oh, this, my dude from Louisiana got a question. Like, that whole collaboration lets me know that I'm part of the show.
Yo, I told you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, no, not me, but as a listener, and I be able to ask a question that gets asked, like, it creates this advocacy.
Yeah.
This stickiness about the situation where, man, I can't miss a day. So imagine if you remember how you told me you do your show, this, Gary, I do this, then I do this, do this. You need to set a section out for shout outs, dog. Like, shout outs, dog. Like, just boom, shout out some people that like all like the people that was not everyone, because then that's weird. But just say, man, every week I'm giving out my top five super dogs, and we come up with a name of who they are and be like, yo, every week I'm picking them. And now we just, that's the same reason why McDonald's has employee of the month. That motherfucker don't get nothing but his picture and saying employee of the month. But guess what? I do fries and you're the assistant manager and I was employee of the month, you sucker. I only do fries. What you doing? So it creates this in this world of no one getting credit. Just remember this, bro. The world right now, the way it's set up, especially on the social side, people don't get the same type of credit or the same type of acclimates like, oh man, you're doing a good job as before. So to be able to create the space within your show to do that, because I know you care about it. So that's the only reason why I'm saying it. Right? I really do. And how about, and even bringing them, asking them to just give you video drops for your show. Like, yo, this is Mike. I'm out in Oakland. I'm out with Ariel. Just regular ass people give me drops. Don't got to be stars. Anyone, like my radio show, I got normal people give me drops. Normal people, dog. I got big artists too, but I got, yo, this is Mike from Joe's Deli in Oakland. Hang on with my boy Gary Archer on the Power Hour. And I'm playing that shit. And he got all his friends, his mama, everyone like, yo, I'm on the shit. Those are the moments we live for, dog. That's why I do what I do, to make a nobody really feel like somebody, because the world's going to tell you you're a nobody, dog, but you're a somebody. Somebody loves you, dog. And a lot of people don't know that, especially where I'm from, the city of Oakland, man, the city of broken dreams.
Wow, I'm learning so much. And what I wrote down here, I'm going to do the next thing. I'm going to start in the future. I'm going to start shouting out the top 5, like you said, top 5 shout outs. And as well, I'm going to try to get normal people or just like regular human, just people on this earth to do video drops for me. And that's awesome because I've done that for other people with their music. it's been in the back of my mind, but now you're making me push it even more. So thank you so much for that encouragement.
Man, I'm like I said, I'm excited to be here, and I want everyone to know that I'm not some great philosopher, all knowing, but what I am, I'm someone that believes what I believe, and I stand on that, right? And I have integrity in my beliefs. That's the reason why I've been able to go so far. I've been able to withstand no's and not let the no's turn me around. A lot of people can't even take a no. I hear people talk about, man, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And then I'm asking them, well, how many no's you got? They ain't even got one yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like you ain't I don't feel like my day's been anything if I don't get at least one no a day.
Damn.
And what I mean by that is, one, if I get a no, it's my fault, right? It's always my fault if it was a no. Even if the greatest information and the greatest pitch or the greatest situation, it's the deal. I'm only part of the deal, and I'm really only 10% of the deal if someone else is making the decision. So if you understand that, knowing that maybe this person, maybe I didn't present in a way that made them open to slow down enough to even understand what I was saying. Maybe I forgot to say something. Maybe there was a point missing. There's a reason why this no came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually not because they heard everything and know your dream from start to finish and it don't make sense. Usually I don't got time to figure it out. So it's easier to say no. Right. So that's and by that, at least I got close enough. Like, oh shit, I got to someone that has the power to say no means they have the power to say yes. So I'm saying that to say people like to walk around with maybes in their pocket. A lot of maybes. Like hella maybes. Oh yeah, he said, he said maybe. Oh, he said, you know what, he's gonna try to. All these things is what really lets you down. And like I said, man, I try to get some big shit. Like, I'd rather strike out in the majors than hit a home run in the minors, bro. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I would really rather do that because it's not the at bat, it's the experience I look for, because I know that who I am is going to give me another chance at it. And that's what you look for. Too many people are looking for alley-oops and layups, and I look for rebounds. I look for them missed shots and grab them and throw them back to the person that missed. I don't got to shoot them. But that's where I like to be in the situation, dog.
That's what I'm talking about. Grabbing the rebounds, and you don't have to be the Michael Jordan. You can just pass it and just give it over to someone else before taking the shot. Wow. Elevating the team. That's what I'm talking about. Gary, thank you so much. I got a couple questions here. We already hit the 30-minute mark, but that's because this podcast is big time right now. So here we go. Next question here is, this one's a good one. Gary, who has been your biggest influence? And this question comes from here. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Let me pull this up. I'll mention the name, but you let us know who's been your biggest influence as being a artist manager and being and doing radio on the side. Who's been your influence in the entertainment game?
Well, so at different parts of my life for different people, my dad was my original influence.
Yeah.
My dad's a guitar player. He started a band in junior high school with a guy people might have heard of, Carlos Santana.
Yeah. Wow.
So they started a band called Grandma's Basement Band in my grandma's basement when my dad was in junior high school. So my dad was in the music industry. He actually was signed to Bill Graham and Bill Graham Promotions, which is one of the biggest concert promotions in the 60s and 70s and the 80s. So I didn't even realize how much it was an influence at the time because my dad had a band at the house and they was always practicing or whatever. But fast forward to 1983 when hip hop came out, when I first seen it, hip hop come out, we went and seen a movie called Wild Style, and and we went and seen that. And at the time there was music like Def Leppard was out and some like other rock bands and disco music was out at the time. This was like 1981, 82. And all of a sudden we heard this new music called hip hop in this movie, and we seen graffiti writers and breakdancing, right? And I was like, man. And I've been hooked since. And then we come home and I'm telling my dad that me and my brother and my big brother, who's another giant influence, he's like, we'll talk about him a little bit in the story, but told my dad that we want to be a DJ. And he's like, a DJ? Because this is when DJs, all they do is talk. DJs just talk. He's like, why you want to talk? No one wants to hear the DJ. And I'm like, nah, we're going to DJ the school dance. And at the time, in 1983, 84, it was still bands. So the junior high school and high schools had bands doing cover songs, right? They were doing cover songs. And so I was like, and so my dad was telling me, ain't no one want to hear no DJ when they got bands, dude. And I'm like, and my dad's biased because he's from a band, right? I'm like, fuck a band, right? I'm like, I didn't say that, but I'm like, what do you mean? And then I said, you know what? I said, do bands take breaks? He said, yep. I said, that's my key. I'm going to go ask the school if my brother could DJ in between the band breaks. And that's what we started doing. So started right there. Boom. We started doing it from there. And before you knew it, by the end of that school year, no one had bands no more at San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
It was just DJs. And my brother's name is Jazzy Jim. And he's a DJ from the Bay Area. And we actually started back before MP3s. It was vinyl. And my brother used to make these DJ tools, these vinyls, DJ tools that turntablists would use during mix battles and stuff like that. And my brother was a major radio DJ in our market, like the biggest station in San Francisco, KMEL and Wild 107.
Nice.
My brother was the boss, like music and program director of both stations. And the way the labels push music, they, on the vinyl back then, they picked the single and they sent it to you. But there'd always be a better song my brother thought was on the album that he wanted to play. But there was no clean version. So my brother started making clean versions and DJ versions of these records before they were singles.
Wow.
So he started doing that, and we started pressing our own records and giving them out to our DJ friends, right? And they were called Lethal Weapon, Mix Factor, Top Secret, and the name of the company was Strictly Hits. That was the name of our company. And if anyone's ever in the hip hop world and you talk to someone about what a DJ pack is, it includes something, instrumental, clean, dirty, and then something called an 8-bar intro. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Well, 8-bar intro is, let's say you have a song, an 8-bar intro starts the whole song off with 8 bars of an instrumental, which makes it easy for the DJ to mix it at the beginning of the last song's hook. So when that hook stops, your song actually just begins. So it's called an 8-bar intro. My brother invented that. And now it's like what goes on in the industry. So through that time, doing these vinyls, I started meeting everyone that owns record stores across the United States because I wanted to sell my records in the stores. So through that whole process, I started meeting all the DJs in the United States. And that's how I started really figuring this game out. And like I said, to be able to, that people will play your record because they know you before the record is good. And that's why I say that it don't matter what the music sound like till it matters. But the people in the industry is going to lie to you and say, yo, if it's good enough, it's going to rise. No, it won't. It won't because the DJ I talk to is already worried about my 4 records. He ain't worried about no new artist with no new song. And that's how the game works. And that's why they say, oh, it's expensive. But no, it's not expensive if you know the right people. It's free.
Bro.
But if you have people like me that don't care, they use their position as a middleman, not a connector. Now, that's a different position. A middleman's different than a connector. Connector wants to connect. Middleman makes money off every side of the transaction.
Ah.
And that's why, as an artist, it's really hard to maneuver in this field of trying to get seen or heard, because there's so many snakes that know how to dangle the carrot in front of the artist and say the right word with the right thing. And, oh, if you do this, we could do this. And if you don't know, and that's why I think it's real important to really take your shit seriously, dog. And yeah, for really, really. But back to what you're saying on the so my influence, my dad, like I said, my brother, who's one of the biggest DJs on the planet, My
DJ
mom, she
DJ
was
Jazzy
fearless.
Jim.
Yep, DJ Jazzy Jim, a monster. Google that guy, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like he's a
Woo!
monster, monster, monster. Um, and my grandma that I take care of now, my wife's grandma. My mom and dad's been dead about 20 years. I've been an orphan for 20 years, and I got been married 26 years to a Latin family, and that's my biggest influence right now that I get from is my Latin family that take me in.
Nice. That's cool.
My abuelita turns 100 years old in 9 days, and I get to wake up with this lady and cook her breakfast every morning, and I get to have amazing conversations with someone that's seen it and did it, and and from a grandparent's point of view, no judgment, right? And a lot of people take for granted people they have in their life and don't understand the value of it because you weren't taught to, right? I wasn't never taught the value of what's going on right now in my life because of the way my mom and dad had to work so much, us growing up poor, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And just the value of being able to hang out with family and then seeing what it does to her, seeing how it makes her feel. And, and just that's part of the reason why I love life and love people in life, because I see what it could do forever. Like my grandma talks about all the times that people are nice to her.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And if you understand that for real, it's like you ask someone how they're doing, they're going to say, I'm doing good and all that. But that's only because they understand how to get through their life. There ain't too many people in this world that everyone's nice to them, bro. Like, and it feels good when people are nice to you, dog. Like it feels good to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, man, where everyone likes you. Right. And that's where a lot of self-doubt and a lot of disappointment comes in from 12 on out, because the world starts to hate you and no one tells you it's coming. Right. Just growing up, oh, you're so special. And all of a sudden one day you're a troublemaker. And then they're done talking to you. Now they're telling you everything. Right. And that's what I'm trying to bring back and that's what I do in my neighborhood. Conversations with kids, conversations with people making decisions. Because I think we have a beautiful world. I just think the people that care gave up on the people that don't care. A lot of them did because they let people talk them out of caring, bro. Like I have people all the time talking about, Gary, you're too nice. Why are you so nice? I said, because I'm not nice because they're nice. I'm nice because I am. And I notice people that are mean are kind of insecure and mad about things and choices. Because otherwise, how can you be mean?
I know.
I can't be mean.
I know.
Because of my life isn't everything I've dreamed to be, but I couldn't even dream my life to be this.
I know.
And that's the special part, right? I come from a place where I've been to more funerals than birthday parties. And to understand that on the real level of things, man, like I'm from a city where the average age of a person is 24 years old, like that before they die. Like it's not, and there's no it's not gang related. It's street related, like crime related. Like it's crazy. And I'm saying that to say that happens because you're only going to go do something stupid because you think no one care about you. Like I would never do something in front of my grandma because I know she cared about me so much, and I know what it would do to her. And that's, to me, the only reason I think people don't go for their dreams the way they should. The same reason they don't make good decisions, because they feel like no one cares anyways. And the reality is we have to care, and you have to do it for your 15-year-old self, for your 17-year-old self, for that 13-year-old self that was crying, that was being picked on. Like, I'm never going to be this guy again. And that's what we do it for. We need to have more conversations with ourselves. We need to hold ourselves more accountable. We need to forgive ourselves a lot more. All that. Mm-hmm. All that kind of stuff, to me, is what I live my life by. I really hold myself accountable. I really get mad at myself, but then I forgive myself. Mm-hmm. Right? But I don't start with forgiveness. I start with explanation, because I owe myself an explanation. A lot of people don't feel like they do. And so that's why I say that they're in these relationships when they don't even know they self. They've never even talked to themselves. They never even asked themselves their own opinion about something, and they think they are just living through life when they're just reacting. Like, I might be a weirdo, but I talk to myself every day in the mirror out loud. I'm talking, and then before I leave the bathroom, I'll high five myself and touch it, like, make sure it's real. Like, let me know it's real.
Talking about.
And then I come back the next day, and then I bring up, well, okay, did we do that shit, or we was punking out? Okay, you was bullshitting, G. Well, fuck, today's the day, right? Today's the day then. And that's what I'm saying. Any day, any moment, it's okay to start being amazing. It's okay. And amazing never gets credit, dog. So don't worry about it. We don't do it for the credit. We do it to show other people they could be amazing. We make amazing look simple. Where it's not even impressive. And that's what it is. We don't flaunt our talents. You don't flaunt your personality on someone that can't handle it, right? You just be comfortable within you. Like, growing up, I was a fat little kid, dog. I'm not a fat little kid no more. I was a short, fat kid. And at the swimming pool, I'd be one of the only kids with no shirt on. My fat out just hanging, having fun. We got motherfuckers with their shirts on, they tank tops on. Skinny guy, fat guy, whatever. Me, I'm out there. Everyone loved me. How come, Ariel? Because they knew I loved myself.
Yep. Because you're having the time of your life. Because you're having the time of your life. You don't care. You're doing your own thing. You're focused, you know?
Which made me more attractive and more powerful.
Interesting. Yeah.
Even though I was insecure. At a young age, like I said, I was a minority in a minority society. I turned my insecurities into my image.
Yeah.
And that's what got me through it.
Absolutely. That's heavy right there, man. And I liked it right here where you said you got to forgive yourself. Shout out to your abuelita. And then dude, when you said really take your passion or your purpose or take your life serious, take it really serious, because with the society and mainstream and record labels we see on TV, you remember they said that your stuff won't hit unless your music is fire. But you said it's the opposite, because the DJ is already playing your stuff when he's only just met you and he hasn't and likes you, and he's gonna play your stuff when he hasn't yet played it.
Just understand this. As a fan, I equate it to like this. You have to show people your movie, right? So whatever you do, this is your movie. Your music's the soundtrack to the movie, okay? I've never sought out a soundtrack unless I seen the movie at least, and then I better at least like the movie. But if I like the movie, I'll listen to every song on the soundtrack, every one, because I love the movie. But too many people don't want to show them the movie. They want to play the soundtrack and promise to come follow up with the movie. And then when they show them the movie or their life, they only show them the highlights, the trophies. So as a character, as someone watching the movie, I can't get into that character. I could get into the character in the beginning of the movie when he's trying to make this happen, and you can see him going through adversity, and he's just hitting on the chin, and he's like Rocky, jogging every day. So when he got to that fight, you wanted him to win. That's what you have to set up in your whether you're a career, whether you're a coder, whether you do music, whether you're a podcaster, whether you want to be the best butcher. Like, I hear people all the time talking about, I don't want to be famous, I just want to be rich. And I said, I get it, but in the music business as an artist, it's impossible to do that. You have to be popular enough to make money. You have to be popular enough to get the gig. You have to be popular enough to have the reputation, to get the trust, to even get something worthwhile. You can't come out of thin air and just be this amazing fucking being, because no one trusts that. No one trusts that, dog. So consistency is everything, guys. I don't care what you're doing. You could be doing it wrong, but do it consistent. Because if I went to the gym every day, even if I don't work out right, I'm still going to get buffed. I'm still going to get buffed. And guess what? Other people that see me at the gym every day are going to start telling me, you're doing it wrong, G. Let me help you. Because they see my commitment. Back to pushing my car up the hill. They see the commitment. So now they want to buy in. They're like, oh, shit. Not the risk ain't there no more. There's a better chance for a success story.
They see the commitment. Wow, Gary. I love it. I love it. You've been dropping knowledge this whole episode, man. bunch of wisdom left and right, bro. Thank you so much. I got one more question, Gary. And man, I could talk to you all day. I can job shadow you all day, man. I could be your what do they call it? What is the word? Intern. I could be your intern, man. No lie, dude. I just want to sit there and just learn from you, dude. That's so dope. Appreciate you so much. This is amazing to me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Whew. I got one last question here. And this before I do that, I want to show everybody where they can follow you one more time. Here we go, guys. That's Legend Gary Archer. Legend Gary Archer. We're already been an hour into this podcast, dude. It doesn't feel like it. That's Legend Gary Archer on the Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, share, save, follow. Like, comment, share, save, and follow. Check out his amazing work. Remember, he doesn't fix records. He breaks records. Holla at your boy all the way from Oakland, California. Yeah. All right. Let's get straight to it. Guys, last question of the day. This one comes from, that last question was from, I wrote his name down here, but I forgot. Come on. Last question was from Kevin Fox. That was that last question. So here we go with the next question. And this question comes from Brad Stoltz. Brad Stoltz. We had no female questions this week, but we had some we had a bunch of guy listeners. So here we go. What's the coolest? Brad Stoltz wants to know, what is the coolest accomplishment you're proud of? You're always high frequency. You're always pumped up. You're ready to go. You self-love yourself all the time in the mirror. And so what is the coolest accomplishment you're proud of? Could have been when you're a kid, could be now.
My biggest accomplishment is my dream class. I teach a dream class in the city of Oakland, and that's what I'm most proud of. Bringing kids in from the inner city, using my experience, and talk to them about their dreams, and not just being like every other adult that says you could be whatever you want to be. Helping them understand that most people's dreams, they're not even dreams. They're just goals. And they lie to you and tell you they're dreams, which dreams sounds like it's hard to get.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the beginning of my class, I kind of explained the difference between a dream and a goal. I'm like, if your dream has been done before, it turns into a goal now, because now there's a checklist of things that could happen, and you could do that. That's what happens. Like, to be a doctor, you can't dream your way into being a doctor, but there's 114 things that once you complete all 414 things, you're a doctor.
Yeah.
No matter what. Right. So I break down things to that nature. I say a dream is like those two guys that lived back east that wanted to design something that looked like a bird to cross the Atlantic Ocean in a few hours instead of across a cargo ship, the Wright brothers, when they were trying to do an airplane.
Yeah.
Now that's a dream. It's never been done. And it's great to have a dream attached to your goal. Right. So one, we start with the dream, and then we break it down how that's a goal. And then throughout the class, throughout the next few weeks, we all figure out how to do each other's goals. And then now we reapproach and say, now what's my dream? And now we have a dream to go with this goal. So now it's like, I want to be a doctor, but my dream is to open up a free hospital in the middle of Oakland. It's never been done.
Wow.
So to approach becoming a doctor with this dream attached to it, it's more likely to happen. And people around you are going to take it way more serious. So that's what I'm most proud of. A lot of these kids in the city of Oakland don't graduate high school. They don't even live past high school, a lot of them. And I'm proud to say that every single kid that's ever took my dream class has graduated high school once they got to that level. Every single one of them.
Amazing.
And it's not because of anything other than back to what I said in the very beginning of this whole thing, where my whole thing is, I let them know I love them and I care. I really care. I really do, Ariel. I really care. And and when you really do, people could feel that. And a lot of these kids don't want to let me down. They don't want to let me down because I believe in them so much and sometimes you got to over believe in someone to even get them to begin to even think about believing in themselves. And that I like to be that. I get phone calls and letters, and people come visit me all the time and tell me how much I changed their life, Ariel. And that's the biggest. Even though I've been able to take dreams from a bedroom, and 15 of us are millionaires off this music dream and figuring it out. Even though we've been able to feed our families, buy houses and all that, that ain't the biggest thing. Is creating hope in a hopeless environment, dog. Like I love that. I just love it. And I love being the white dude doing it, to be able to cancel out a lot of shit. And it helps remind them, you don't never know where the help's coming from. Don't listen to someone else's argument before you make a decision. And that's what I live by. Like there ain't a person on the planet that could tell me something bad about you now, Ariel, without me. And who's telling me? Because one, I think you're weird even telling another human about someone else. So it starts there, like, dude, you're fucking weird. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And two, I'm gonna say, bro, then I'm gonna say something else about Ariel in front of me, bro. Say something else. Because that's how serious we gotta take each other's relationships, dog. Like, I'm not gonna let no one play with your name in front of me.
Appreciate
because
you.
that's what our relationship's supposed to do for each other.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether we in the same room or not. People got to know we are united more than me and they are. Period.
Yep.
And that's and when you're coming up as a child that has a broken home, or parents dead or on drugs, it feels good to have a team. Feels good to have people to believe in you. It even feels better if that person's not even part of your family, because they have no reason to believe in you. They have no reason to lie to you, no reason to hype you up, none of that shit. Like I tell them, I said, bro, I don't care. I don't care about none of that shit, dog. I care about you coming back and telling me that you didn't take this shit serious, because you're making lifetime decisions on shit that you don't have to. Like, because someone's telling you, oh, go, nah, cool bro, we cooler than all these kids. And that's what you don't know as an introvert, or someone trying to grow up, right? It's brutal. It's brutal, especially now with social media. So I'm very happy to be in the middle of that mix to help, translate a lot of that. And like I tell the kids, I'm willing to be wrong so you could be right. Like for real. I just want to come and share information, because ideas together is going to create the right idea. And it's never one person going to do it all. So yeah, that's my biggest accomplishment, bro, or what I'm most proud of right there. And on top of that, being married 26 years, no children, a real solid relationship, man. Loving someone that loves me. I was lucky to find someone that lets me be me, that calls me out for being stupid, that tells me I'm dope when I'm dope, and expects more of me.
Mm-hmm.
Challenges me to be who she knows who I am. The same way she sees me challenge people, right? And you need people in your life like that. You need people in your life like that, man. And I'm real happy to be able to be one of the last of the married communities. And excited out here, man.
I love that, dude. 26 years married. Shout out to your wife and you guys' relationship. That's just unbelievable. And then, like you said, dream class, city of Oakland. That I think that's super cool. That's the super most proud accomplishment right there. And then, like you said, dreams equals break it down to goals. It just breaks down to goals.
Period. It's a lot easier than they say, man. For real.
Yeah. And
I appreciate everyone's time, man.
Jeez, you have no idea, Gary. I want to say thank you again. I'm forever grateful. If you ever need a shout out, if you ever need promo or anything, if you want to come back on the podcast for part 2, the seat is always open, Gary. Always.
Blesses. Thank you, man.
Come to Colorado.
Blesses everyone.
Come to Colorado. I'll pick you up at the airport. No big deal. If you're walking here to get to New York, I'll pick you up on the west side of Colorado, and I'll take you to the east side to Nebraska line.
There we go. Say no more.
And my parents live 6 miles from the Nebraska line, so we can eat some Mexican food before you go on your next adventure. So.
Incredible. Oh, I'm also proud of, I'm an incredible authentic Mexican cook from scratch.
Oh,
so I'm also excited to be that, everything from scratch from my abuelita. From my grandma's been living with us the last 25 years, or my wife's grandma. So
yeah,
I've been taking her to the store, seeing what she buys, watching her make everything. So everyone else has the recipes, but I'm the only one that can make it.
Oh,
right?
see?
Like
Yep.
so,
That's what's
like
up.
Grandma said, me and Grandma also. I forgot to mention, me and my 100-year-old grandma were writing. We're coming out with a series. It's called Lita and the Gringo. Lita and the Gringo, and it's like Sanford and Son. It's me and Lita from the day I met her 28 years ago when I met her granddaughter before I married her. From that first encounter to all the way to now, we've been just writing little things we remember, like little encounters, and we're putting like a mini series together, small little 2-3 minute little clips, and just having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Super cool. Yeah. And like you said, you're learning, the gringos learning all the recipes.
Facts. No, I mean, I know them now. Like I promise anything. Like when I say, I promise you, when I come to Colorado, when I come out there, to your parents, I'm going to make, I'll make the gringo or make the food and blow their mind.
There you go. They'll
be like, what?
Yeah. They're going to be like, what is going on here? Did the world change? Yeah.
Come on. Not for real. Everything from homemade tortillas to, anything. I make everything, bro. Like I'm gangster. Homemade tamales. We do, everything from the chili Colorado, chili con queso, just whatever, man. Just any dish. I'm a monster. And from scratch, right? With the dried chilies, the fresh chilies, the roast them, the whole shit. The old school way.
Yo, I need to buy
right here, man. Tortilla fingers, man.
I know. Yeah, I know. That's all. Yeah. Burn those fingers. Burn them.
Just the tips, baby. Burn them bitches.
Dude, I appreciate you so much. Thank you again. And is there anything else you want to say before you jump off, before we get off?
Yeah, man. I appreciate everyone, man. Go for your dreams. Take them serious. Don't drop your dreams off at the babysitter, man. You could be what they say you cannot be. You could be exactly who you told yourself you were going to be. And it starts today, the first day of the rest of your life. And you got this. And if you're around on Mondays, check me out. 6 to 7 p.m. West Coast time, allinradio.com, as well as on my Instagram live. Come check your player partner out. We're out on Fix Records. I break records, giving shout outs. If you got a song I should be playing, hit me on Instagram and send me the record. And let me know why I should be playing your record. There we go.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is All In Radio. That's 6 to 7 p.m. West Coast time. And then you can watch them as well on the Instagram live. Oh my gosh. I'll be there on Monday. Holla at your boy all the way from Colorado. Dude, thank you so much, Gary. I'm about to drop the outro song. Love yourself, love the animals, and thank you guys for the 5-star review. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast, available on all podcast platforms. ArielENT.com. We out. Gary, much love. I'm dropping the outro song right now. Holla at your boy. Woo! How we do. Gary, I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop this Sunday.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it Sunday. I'm gonna send you the audio and the video links.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. No, thank you. Yeah, guys, that is it. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast, ArielENT.com. I told you we had a packed show. I got dinner to get to. I got what else? I got to go meet up with another homie downtown Denver. That's a 20-minute trip. So I go see him. That's they call that the trap. So I'm going to be going to the trap later today. Guys, Ariel's Entertainment Podcast, ArielENT.com. We are live all the way from Oakland, California to Denver, Colorado. Holla at your boy. Holla at our boy Gary. He loves the music. Holla at our boy QT Dub who did the track. Oh my God. Told you we blowing up. We blowing up. Thank you guys so much for all your support, the comments, the DMs, the love donations. Much love. God bless.